Thank you, Milan. Are there any questions? Not now. Thank you so much for your hard work that you have used both the INSA data and also GNSS data put together, make it our result much more useful. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so we move to the last presentation. Dr. Anuphao will be make presentation on INSA, on the from the data to the policy. Yeah, he will do a lot of work in Thailand also. Yeah, please, Dr. Anuphao.
Okay. สวัสดีครับผมอนุเผ่านะครับอนุเผ่าแพทย์จากมหาลัยเกษตรนะครับก็จากคณะวิศวะนะครับก็ขออนุญาตนำเสนอเป็นภาษาอังกฤษแล้วกันนะครับจะได้ทางฝั่งเนเธอร์แลนด์กับลีดจะได้เข้าใจด้วยนะครับ Alright, so good afternoon, very late afternoon. So my name is Anuphao Phat from Kasetsart University. So I'm from actually National INSA Center of Excellence. Well, today I'll talk about the topic from satellite to strategy, uncovering hidden infrastructure risks with INSA and policy and urban resilience in Bangkok. Well, my presentations will highlight how satellite-based INSA observation reveals subsurface risk in Bangkok infrastructure and how these scientific insights can be transformed into the policy. So I will not pay pretty much attention on the technical. Well, actually, all of you may know that Bangkok we are as a data mega city, we are located in a very soft clay, and the city surely, rapid urbanization and groundwater extraction in the past, and then over 15 million people and 40% of GDP are concentrated in the area. And then this is a pretty old picture about the coastal erosion in Bang Khon Thien, which is very important, and we use as a indicator for the coastal erosion, but it still occurs actually. And then some paper from Philip Minderhout from Wageningen University in Netherlands also. He just published in 2025 in Earth Future Journal about the relative sea level rise equations, which is is the combination is the factor of land subsidence and sea level rise and then sediment input. If we take a look at back, in the Bangkok context, we can see that the subsidence and uplift is around minus 32 to 19 millimeter per year, and then the sea level rise back to the the informations in the previous project CO2 Texon, as we already mentioned, we found that the sea level rise is around 5 millimeter per year, and the sediment input. So we have no information and no measurable sediment accumulation at the time. So only two factors right now. And then if we see here, the dominant driver of relative sea level rise in Bangkok is ground subsidence, not climate related sea level rise. And however, for the previous project, Geo2Tech, we measure using like 3 geodetic tools. So the first one, we use the satellite altimetry to measure the sea level rise, which is around 5 millimeter per year. And then land subsidence around maximum 28 millimeter per year. And plate tectonic drawdown, I'm not sure. So at the time, the research revealed the result around minus 1.9 millimeter per year, but it in 2010. Anyway, this is the what we know that Bangkok still sinking. And then with the technique, I'm trying to use actually for long time, more than 10 years, using the SAR interferometry technique, using the satellite imagery. So in the past, it's quite tough because the cost of the data is quite high. So it's very difficult, to establish the project that is, trying to capture the Bangkok. Well, but luckily that we have the data from ESA, European Space Agency, called Sentinel-1, which is, free of charge. So it means that we can, measure the subsidence in Bangkok and vicinity area. And then also, many other countries, many other areas covering like in Thailand and other countries as well. But it depends on if I remember, Dr. Amrin asked about if we can use INSA to the other area, right? If the area have some kind of problem like groundwater extraction, for example. So yeah, actually we can use this technique to the other area, but it depends on the processing. So it's like the data is very, very huge, very, very big. It's quite tough to process sometimes. But anyway, we can do that. And now we just develop the system for process, INSA for the whole country for hydro informatic institute, SOSNO. And then, I'll try to do the validation the same as Milan present, like using the GNSS. And then we also do the field measurement to confirm the result from INSA. Because in the past, people have asked a lot about the accuracies of the results. But yeah, we are now, can confirm the accuracy of the result using the other geodetic technique. But anyway, we have, I have to mention you here is that we have no other surveying data in Bangkok and vicinity area. We have no leveling data for more than 5 years. So right now, right now we only have the INSA data from satellite interferometry, to know and understand the subsidence rate of Bangkok and vicinity area. Even if some of you may remember many years, the Royal Thai Survey Department, they have done for a long time. But since I think 2000 and I don't remember exactly in คริสตศักราช ประมาณ 2560 ครับ so they have no longer make the data available. So it means that this is the only data that we can use. And then with my INSA derived subsidence velocity from 2018 to 2025. So we found that um, the maximum subsiding is around 30 millimeter per year, but not only in the minus direction, not in the um, subsiding, but we also found that it's around 19 millimeter per year in uplift, so some area. We also cross-check with the Department of Groundwater. It can occur because some kind of the groundwater process underground. So this is the latest information for INSA, but may be different technique with Milan. Milan use a small baseline technique. So I use what we call the persistent scatter INSA technique. So use different technique, but actually both technique are time series INSA. But anyway, the result may slightly different. But the result from PS analysis will show that on top of the structure, so we can see that which structure have how many rates of subsidence. Even Suvarnabhumi Airport, that you cannot using the other measurement. So anyway, and then another point is that we show in the second the number second in this area. This is very the more subsiding compared to the other areas, and we mark as a risk area that we have to do the field investigation. And then as we already said, normally when after we process the INSAR, the result will be like the relative. But what I have done, the same as Milan, we use a call station at Chulalongkorn University as a reference point, and then adjust back to the rates of the observation point. Actually, the point that we get from the process is around more than, I think, more than million point around Bangkok. So, and then we are not just only adjust the relative with the absolute point at Chulalongkorn University with call station, but we also compare the result with the other 7 call station, both technique. And then we also do the field investigation. It's kind of, we don't have any other data. So we are what we are trying to do is just, I try to find a building that I have know the age of the building, and then use the regulative, and then calculate back into the rate, like millimeter per year, and then compare with the INSA result. So the result, 80% agree. So it mean that the INSA can use at the the measurement to measure the land subsidence in Bangkok. So after this, I come back to think about how we can contribute the idea about how can we do in the long term. You know, we know that the hidden infrastructure risk, lot of problem in the area, like for example, like expressway, road embankment, and then MRT tunnel and railway or whatever, that's gonna affect by the ground movement. So you see here some, sorry. This is the temple. I don't remember the name of the temple, but it's located not Wat Khun Samut Chin, not in the that area, but it's around, I think, Samut Sakhon areas. Yeah. Two temple, and I'll go to do the investigation, and I also have talked with the monk, yeah, and he said that yeah, it's very subsided in the area, but they said that it's normal, it's really common for the people in that area. But to me, you know, when I see the area, I really concerned about. But if we are not concerned about this thing that occur, I think in the near future, something will go, you know, very tough to solve the problem. And then to expand the Bangkok metropolitan region monitoring, I think if we are thinking about, you know, in long term, so I plan to, I mean, I have the idea to continue monitoring using not only Sentinel-1 data and GNSS, whatever. If we have, you know, the measurement and then we can measure for a long time, then we can use it. And then in the next, I think not too many years is on the plan. GISDA will launch the SAR satellite, which is, I think, we can hope for that in the near future about our countries. So, and then we have to integrate with the flood hazard and structure asset database, and then create an open source, open access geospatial platform, which is really difficult. You know, everyone like SWIM and many of us in our team, whenever if we want to get the data, we need to do like the personal relationship, yeah. And I'm thinking about what we're gonna do like this and like this again and again, and when it's gonna finish. So I think that we should think about a foundation for what I call Bangkok Metropolitan Geospatial Observatory, like BMGO. And then the concept of this, not just like organization, but maybe some kind of like committee or something. But it depends on what we are thinking in the near future after this. And then actually Park, he published in just 2025, just let it publish about the concentric policy model to deal with the subsidence. And he said that he suggests that we can do the three policy ring, what we call. Like the first thing that the local and national and then global. Like the local inner is like groundwater extraction, sand mining, urban loading control, and national we can do like land use planning, flood management, construction coded, and then for the global, that's gonna be like climate adaptation, sediment management, and sea level governance. So the purpose of this is to link actionable local measurement to broader national and global resilience strategy. And then we can do the framework like 3 tier of the framework, like top level, tactical operation, and then technical core. And then I think that for me, like, Kasetsat University, and then maybe GISTA, maybe Hydro Informatic Institute, and then maybe Chulalongkorn University, and then in collaboration with TU Delft, and then also Leeds University, we can do like academic purpose in technical core, sharing the data and do whatever we can do. Like we have done in the past, but we can have the stronger body. And then the technical operation, like, if you imagine many organizations in Thailand, like Department of Groundwater, Department of Mineral Resources, they are in the operation, right? So they have their own data, and they have to operate following the policy. I mean the policy from the government, yeah. And then the top level governance will be maybe Ministry of Higher Education, or it depends. Yeah. And then the purpose of this, I just try to conclude all of things. The top level governance, the role, strategic direction, budget allocation, and national coordination. The tactical, the role to implement data-driven planning, inspection, and maintenance across the metropolitan regions. And then the technical core, which is, in the academic, as I already mentioned. So we can do like produce a validation data of INSAR and GNSS, sea level rise, like satellite altimetry, and hydrogeological data set, and then maintain the central data hub. So it means that, if the people, not just only the people in our country, but anyone who want to use the data and then to study in the area. But in terms of scientific, I think, we can share the data to everyone. And then output will be like central data hub, and we can have the monthly risk brief and publish dashboard. It depends. Again, it depends on what we are going to do. And then the most important thing that, I'm trying to combine like substance velocity, the data layer will be like substance velocity, strain gradient, critical assets, flood hazard, population and land use, and then other supporting layer, including GNSS validation point and sea level rise projection. It depends, yeah, on the data that we have, we are going to have made available. Yes. And then the utility, we are going to prioritize the high risk corridor for inspection, because using the INSAR, you can see the whole area, like the bigger area, higher spatial resolution. And then we can specific some area we can pick up, as I already showed. And then allocate the maintenance budget transparently, and then support adaptive infrastructure policy. And we can use the KPI. If I just, thinking about, for example, like percentage of high risk zone inspection within 30 days, yeah, and average mitigation response time, correlation coefficient, and then public data portal uptime, and then citizen report closure rate. Yeah, but it's about our design, and we can do the phase implementation. But I'm not sure about the how long that it take for to convince the people to agree with our idea. But if like um, uh, the government, see the important, so it's not take very long. So hopefully, uh, 1 year or 2 year, we can establish this kind of body, and then we can work together closely, uh, official. That's an essential. So the conclusion is that INSAR and GNS and other what we call geodetic technique, you know, is provide the quantitative bridge between science and policy. But actually, is this going to bridge the gap between not just only science and policy, but science, policy, and engineering as well? Because we are in the periods of, I don't know, it's really difficult try to explain an engineer. Like they understand what they understand, and we are trying to convince them what the INSA, what the remote sensing, what the space technology give them. And then they can use it and then apply to their specific case using the knowledge about engineering. Yeah. And then as a BMGO model, as I already mentioned, and will demonstrate how data can drive accountability, transparency, and resilience. And I hope this can serve as a prototype for Delta City. I think you know that, like Ho Chi Minh, Yangon, Manila, and Jakarta. Yeah. All of them, they face some kind of problem the same as Bangkok. So we can do as a prototype model. So finally, my last word, we cannot manage what we do not measure, but we must measure with the intent to manage. Yes, thank you very much.
I have to say thank you very much, Dr. Anuphao. And I'm really happy. And in fact, I'm waiting for this moment because it is serious. I like to say that. Well, the organization, BMGO, whatsoever, I'm wondering how many times do they have meeting, since they established. Even though the subsidence or even the rise of the sea level is very slow, but we cannot be so sure. We have to hurry up and work together. The meeting should be more, especially the BMGO. The results today that Mr. Wim presented to us and his colleague presented to us is very crucial and should have been used accordingly. That is to say, I just wonder if you have a strategic plan. You talk about the strategy, but if they don't start it, it will be there in the paper, and that's it. Nowhere you can, front it. You can find out what would be a good measure to solve the problem. Okay, so I would want to, give you a very big heart supporting you, especially from COSTAT. I think we have to take it serious. I will be going visit the BMGO soon. And we need to find out who will be the leader. Actually the people should be the leader. I don't believe that Bangkokian know a lot about this situation. Especially,
Yes.
What Kun Samutrin, that people say, well, they get used to it. When the time comes, the rise of the sea is up. And when the time passes, the sea level down. So what? It's up and down, like we're going to take shower in the morning and in the afternoon. So please, do not hesitate to get together and, well, we will be going forward. You know, I don't want to move to Isan, you know, I mean, to the highland. I don't want to do that. Anyway, Bangkok is very beautiful and very, you know, city of one of the most, maybe top 10 city that most people would want to visit. Number one, I have to believe Wim because Wim loves Bangkok very much. Thank you very much again. And I would want to tell you honestly and sincerely, we need to work together. You know, even though I don't have much time to live in this planet. Thank you very much.
But actually, we have worked with Wim and our team for a long time since my PhD. So I really have, you know, my passion in you know, land subsidence using science interferometry. Yeah, and I'm really happy since then, you know, with the people from Delft University and Leeds University, including Andy Hooper, that I just visit. Actually, I visit the Netherlands and UK University of Leeds just on this year, May and July. So we are really happy. We really have a long relationship, which is cannot explain. So I hope that, you know, with this passion, like Wim have a really high passion with GNSS, and he can work in this technique for a long time. So I follow him. Actually, he a little bit older than me, but I follow him, like, you know, after my PhD, and I work on this technique, keep working for a long time, and then I'm really, you know, have confidence that the information, you know, that I have made available for the people, like in Thailand, in Bangkok, especially in Bangkok and vicinity area, will be really useful because we have no other data, as I already mentioned. So I still keep working. But sometimes, you know, even sometimes not for the money, not for the money. Yeah, but I'm keep working. Yeah, and hopefully we can establish this kind of thing together. Yeah, in past of academic, and then also the other level that we still have to convince them to come to work together in kind of important body like this. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Anuphao. So our presentation today has come to an end, but I would like to ask participants, are there any comments? Are there anything you want our team, Team Thailand and Team Netherlands to work on the future? If you have a comment, please keep, please keep. Is it good for our project? Maybe we, in the new project in the future, we can, like Dr. Anuphao said, we can continue working on this topic because it will coming 10 year, 15 year from now. Yeah, okay. Are there any comments? So may I ask Wim, because our research project had come to an end this year. So what do you think? What will you do next, or anything that COSTAT and Thailand can be help you in the future?
Well, I think also, like Dr. Anuphao said, it is part of my passion and my hobby. So, and we'll need to gather more data, and also the changes are not the same in time, they can vary. You see with INSAR, you see that it depends because there's a relation with the groundwater, so it doesn't have to be the same. So yeah, this project comes to an end, but we already had many projects since I think 2004, I think 2003 we had the first project in Thailand, really focusing also with the neighboring countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, and also what today you was presented for the future. I think we are scientists, we are interested to measure things. Southeast Asia is quite interesting because in Europe where we live, it's more boring. We have no big earthquakes. We don't have big floods. So that's why one of the reasons Southeast Asia, you can study many things. And also I think what Dr. Anuphao said, it should be important also for the people. So from here, I think the road would be to, similar like Dr. Anuphao presented, to find a way both to keep on measuring, but also see how this measuring can become value for the people or for the policymakers. Because if you don't do anything, then of course Bangkok area will become less pleasant, some areas, because you will have it will start with more frequent flooding, the water will stay longer, but it's very slow, So I think the way forward is to see also with the Thai people, because the Thai colleagues, you can see now that we are very happy they can do the job as good or sometimes better than we do, so we can really work together on an equal basis also. And apart from that, I think there's a quite good team. People do that enjoy work together, and so forward. I hope we can continue and improve, and find a way to make our results optimally useful for Thailand society in general. I think that's in some.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Will. I'd like to speak on behalf of the COSTAT, which Captain Somat is a Secretary General to COSTAT, and the topic today is very important for the future, especially in terms of the network or working together. But the most and very most important is the budget. If you don't have money, you don't have to think out of anything else. So I think COSTAT should be one of the organizers for this important project. It's not for only scientists to satisfy themselves, but this is for social important, And I love to be part of Dr. Anuphao, but like I said, if you don't have a very good strategy, don't do it. But right now, the problem faced is the money. If we can, and what we have been discussed in this room, whether it go to the cabinet or not, I believe no. Because the most important situation or problem now is the rare earth. After the MOU with President Trump, now the problem is coming, but whether do have the rare earth in steel or not, or is there any scientists doing some research on rare earth? I like to say yes, we do have, but that about 30 years ago. And the problem is that the flooding, there is a lot of flooding, then everything stopped, one thing. And another one is the instrumentations, especially most important instrument regarding to the extraction or purifications of the rare earth. I just mentioned rare earth that the government or everyone seems to be interested in, not INSAR or not GPS or not what we have been discussing today. So that I like to say that I myself, I appreciate very much, especially those scientists that have done very good job. But we need to sit down together, share together the project that initiated by Delft TU Delft University is still very important. And I believe I don't want just maybe next year send our secretary to Netherlands. No, because now everything is really simple, easy. You just have your smartphone. My last question, maybe to Dr. Anuphao or even to him, whether have you ever tried to use the AI, ChatGPT, to predict what is going to happen to Bangkok according to all your information put in the ChatGPT, and then you will have the answer, whether right or wrong, I don't know. But we have to, do something, not for us to survive, but for all of us to survive, being happily in Bangkok area, okay? So again, I promise if I'm still working for the COSTAT, I will push forward for my secretary, to have a work on this. And Wim, don't go away. I know you coming back on December, okay, for the Happy New Year or Christmas time. Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to say again on behalf of the COSTAT, thank you everyone, especially in this room. You need to go back to your home. Anyway, I myself going back too. Thank you very much.
โอเคครับขอบคุณทุกคนมากครับแล้วก็ถ้าเรามี presentation อย่างอื่นนะก็จะใช้ channel ของโซเชียลอะไรอย่างนี้ต่อไปก็จะมีเรื่องที่น่าสนใจนี่แล้วก็สำหรับ presentation ที่อาจารย์วิมอาจารย์อนุภาเดี๋ยวผมจะทำเป็นลิงก์นะฮะเป็น Google Drive ส่งไปให้แล้วก็วิดีโอของโคสแตทก็มีช่องที่เป็น YouTube สามารถกลับมาดูย้อนหลังได้และเดี๋ยวผมจะประชาสัมพันธ์อีกทีหนึ่งครับแล้วไงสุดท้ายก็ขอบคุณทุกท่านที่มาร่วมงานในวันนี้ครับขอบคุณมากครับผมครับ